Study shows that a lot of marriages end in the first 5 years. The reason being that a lot of people think that marriage will be easy, it will be a bed of roses, but then they come into the marriage and it reveals a lot of things about them that they never knew it existed. And then they start seeing so many new things about their spouse that they never imagined was there in the first place. So, in this video, I want to share with you 5 things that I believe that will help you to actually have a successful marriage as a newly wedded couple. So, if you're interested, keep watching. My name is Prophet Ene. I'm a premarital and early marriage coach. I help Christian couples have the hard conversation that helps them to build the marriage that they desire. The first point I have is to make sure that you build your marriage before you build your lifestyle. The truth is that a lot of people come into marriage with an already imagined lifestyle that they want to have. They want to be the best couple out there. They want to be the talk of town. They want to wear the best clothes. They want to drive the best car. They want to live in the best house. They want to have the best wedding. It's just about having the lifestyle for them, but they actually are not focused on the essential things that matter for a healthy relationship. Things like communicating, things like adjusting, things like changing, things like navigating the newness, things like talking to each other, spending quality time together, and every other things that contributes to a healthy marriage. They just want the lifestyle of marriage, but they are not ready to build the marriage itself. So the first thing you need to do is to make sure that your focus is on the marriage. And when I say that your focus is on the marriage, I mean that your focus as a couple is that you start asking each other questions. How do we resolve this? How do we take care of this? How do I love you more? How do I care about you more? It's more about both of you trying to grow closer to each other, because when both of you are able to grow closer to each other, it allows both of you to actually get to a point where you can now start building the lifestyle that you want. Yes, it's good to have an idea of the kind of lifestyle you want before the marriage, but then you cannot dive into the marriage and start building the lifestyle immediately. No, you have to actually build the marriage first. You have to actually set a structure first. You have to actually lay a good foundation first. And when you have a good foundation, when you have a vision, when you have a goal for your marriage, it allows both of you to now get to a point where your lifestyle can now find expression on its own. The second point would be to create boundaries around outside voices. The truth is that a lot of people will have what they think works. People will see you as new couple. Older couples will want to tell you what will work. Your pastors will want to tell you what will work. The social media will want to tell you what will work. Everybody will want to tell you, oh, do this, don't do this, and don't do that. But the truth is that you need to learn how to set boundaries, especially from your close friends, from your families, and from social media, because all these persons care about you. All these persons want the best for you. But the truth is that what they don't have, or the knowledge they don't have, is the knowledge that you and your spouse have. And the knowledge that you and your spouse have is the knowledge that will actually help you have a healthy marriage. What have both of you decided to do? What kind of lifestyle have you decided to have? What kind of marriage are you deciding to build? It's just both of you that will determine or define the kind of marriage you want to have. But if you're unable to define the kind of marriage you want to have or to determine it, and you allow these outside voices to come in to cloud your sense of judgment, everybody's telling you do this, everybody's telling you to do that, then maybe take for example, your wife listens to her family side, you listen to your family side, and both of you are trying to enforce something. Now both of you are already working against each other, because maybe whatever your wife's side has said or your side has said is in contrary to what both of you actually want. Now both of you are struggling. You're struggling to get things right. You're struggling to even agree on the minute things. So you don't want to do that. Also, you want to make sure that you block out social media entirely if you can. Listen to only professionals. Listen to people who have healthy marriages. Listen to people who have healthy views of marriages. Those ones, when you listen to them, how to handle those information is to make sure that when you bring it into your relationship, that both of you sit down, analyze it, break it down, and take the essential part of it, something that you believe will work with both of you. You don't have to take everything everybody say on social media, whether it's healthy or not. You don't have to do that right now, because some of the advices you will get get from some people are things that took them 15 years to get to that point. But you trying to implement it in your 1 or 2 or 3 years of marriage, it might become too heavy for you to do. So some things might be good, but not at this point, because marriage happens in seasons, life happens in seasons. So you need to understand what season you are in right now and focus on that season. Take advice that pertains to that season and then implement it, and then watch it. Watch it very well to be sure that it's working. And if it's not working, be quick to throw it out. Don't meditate on it too long, because when you dwell on it too long, it might actually fracture your relationship and your marriage. The third point is for you to master the act of extending grace to each other. The truth is that marriage is a place where you have two people who are flawed, two people who are not perfect, two people who are going to offend each other, two people who don't know the best way to do things but think that they know the best way to do things. Both of you are going to argue, you're going to disagree, you're going to do all that. But you have to learn how to extend grace to each other, understanding that both of you are still trying to figure out your foot on this marriage. So they will offend you, they might say things, they might act in a certain way. Learn how to forgive, learn how to extend grace. It has to be things that both of you do for each other. Learn how to show those mercy and those grace to each other, because when you do those things for each other, it allows you to actually function, because you don't want strife at the early point of your marriage. You don't want to be envious, you don't want to be angry to the point where forgiveness becomes something very hard for you to do. You don't want to be cheating, you don't want to be doing all that, because those things are things that fracture your relationship at the early stage of it, and it makes it impossible to extend grace to each other. So you want to come to that point where you are able to forgive each other and extend the grace to each other, because you would need it so much, because both of you have two different ideas, two different philosophies in different things and different ways, that you will still need time to consolidate and come up with something that actually works. So offense will arise, but the moment you are able to extend grace to each other, it allows you to navigate your relationship better. The fourth point would be to keep Christ at the center of your marriage. The truth is that as a Christian, you want the principle or the guiding principle that guides how you operate to be the teachings of Christ. Love your partner, love your neighbor, love your spouse, respect, love is patient, love is kind. You want to love Christ more than you love your partner. You want to fear Christ more than you fear your partner, because the truth is this: when you make Christ the foundation of your love life, when you make Christ the foundation of your marriage, when you love Christ more than you love your spouse, there's something it does to you. It makes you responsible to God first before your spouse. So when it comes to the cheating, when it comes to the lying, when it comes to the false witness, you wouldn't do that because you love God so much. You're not staying away from every act of cheating or every appearance of evil because of your spouse. You are staying away from all those things because you love God and you care about what God thinks. That way, when you do it that way, it makes it easy for you to treat your spouse better, because you know you answer to God first before you answer to your spouse. So you want to make Christ the foundation of your love lives. You want to make sure that everything God has asked you to do as a husband, you're doing it as a husband. Everything Christ has asked you to do as a wife, you're doing it as a wife. You're not trying to use the Bible to persecute each other. You're not trying to use the Bible to lie, to justify your wrongdoing, but you're using it to uplift each other, to care about each other, and to do the genuine thing God has asked you to do in your marriage. So you want to make Christ the foundation of your love life. The last thing would be to stay open-minded to new way of doing things. This is the most important, I would say. This is the most important, because a lot of people come into marriage with an idea. They come into marriage with how they think things should be done. And we discover that this is the things that cause friction in most homes. It's usually the little things. Oh, the toothpaste, should it be pressed from the bottom or should it be pressed halfway? The toilet roll, should it be this way or that way? The toilet seat, should it be open or closed? The AC, should it be high or should it be cold? See, the truth is that your way of doing things is not the only way of doing it. The way you prefer things is not the ultimate way things should be. The truth is that you're coming into marriage with somebody who's probably opposite or possibly a little bit different from you. They will have other ideas. They will have other ways they have done things and it worked. So the fact that they can also get it done means that there are so many ways of doing it. So it's all about coming to that point where both of you allow each other to get it done. And then you both of you sit down and ask each other, what's the best way to get it done? Whose way works better? And you should be open to letting go of your way if your way doesn't get it done good. That's the truth. And if your way get it done good, your partner should be able to adopt that. Okay, this works best. And there are some things that both of you might never really agree to. There are some things that both of you might never really subscribe to. And then you should come to a point where you allow them to do it their way. And when it's your turn, you do it your way. It's all about that flexibility, allowing yourself to see, oh, okay, this is also a good way of doing it. Yeah, I say it. But if you're close minded and you don't allow your partner to actually explore or do things the way they know how to do it, it will cause a lot of friction. The truth is that they are coming from a different background, a different family. Some families wake up in the morning and they say their opening prayer. Some family wake up in the morning, they don't say their opening prayer, they go about their day, and when they come back home, they do it. So you just have to find a way to find something that works for both of you. It's all about finding that middle ground. And in cases where you can't find the middle ground, you allow each other to exploit until you come to a point where you can actually find a middle ground. That's how you get marriages to work, because this is one of the areas that a lot of people are having issues in their marriage, because they are discovering new things that they never knew existed. And because they are closed-minded, because they are rigid, they will not allow their partner to operate that way. They believe that, oh, it's my way or the highway. No, you cannot have a healthy marriage that way. It shouldn't be your way or the highway. It should be what's best. And even when you can't find what's best, allow each other to do it the way you can until you grow into each other's role, or until you grow into each other to say, okay, I think your side is best. And also, it takes somebody who is willing and open-minded. See, you don't have to fight over it. If it doesn't kill you, if it doesn't take anything away from you, you just have to concede to theirs and say, okay, let's do it your way. It wouldn't take anything from you. And also understand that sometimes when people decide to stick to what they know, it's because that's what they know. It's because that's what they are used to. And even when when they say, okay, I will change, I will get better, if they're not changing and not getting better, it's because this thing has been programmed in them for so many years. So sometimes it will also take time. So that's why I said earlier, you have to extend grace to each other, because sometimes things will take time. The adjustment might take time, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're not trying. So extend grace to each other. Make Christ the center of your relationship. Build your marriage before you start building a lifestyle. Create boundaries around outside voices. And when you're able to do all this, you will start building a healthy marriage from the get-go. If this video was a blessing to you, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button so that you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video, and do well to share this video with other people. Tell me what you think. Is this helpful in the comments? And do well to watch the next video. Thank you.